What if I told you that you could get an interior that feels like it just rolled off a 2024 showroom floor, but for the price of a used Camry? This is the 2017 Mercedes-Benz E-Class, and from the moment you step inside, something feels different. It's not just good for its age, it's so advanced, it will make you question the definition of a modern car. How did a 7-year-old sedan get almost everything so right, and is this timeless cabin still a smart buy today? We're about to break it all down, starting with the feature that will absolutely blow you away. So, what exactly are we looking at? This is the W213 generation Mercedes-Benz E-Class, a car that landed in the US for the 2017 model year. In the world of luxury sedans, the E-Class has always been the sweet spot, the perfect balance of the S-Class's opulence and the C-Class's accessibility. It was designed for a very specific person, the successful professional who demands serious comfort and technology, without the flashy price tag of its bigger brother, but this launch was a bigger deal than usual. Mercedes didn't just give this E-Class a facelift, they completely reinvented it as a mini S-Class, borrowing the flagship's most jaw-dropping technology and design philosophy. This was a direct shot across the bow of the BMW 5 Series and Audi A6, and it changed the game for the entire mid-size luxury segment. In this review, we're going to focus on the part that made the biggest splash, the interior. We'll see if the materials feel cheap 7 years later, if the groundbreaking tech still holds up today, and we'll answer the most important question: does this cabin deliver an experience that makes it a genius used car buy, or is it all just a dated gimmick? But first, let's break down exactly what you get for your money. Alright, let's get into the meat of why this car caused such a stir. We have to start with the exterior. Mercedes played it safe, but in the best way possible. It's elegant, sophisticated, and has a presence that still turns heads today. But let's be real, you don't buy this E-Class for the outside, you buy it for the revolution that happens the second you open the door. And that revolution has a name: the widescreen cockpit. Two massive 12.3-inch high-resolution screens stretch across the dashboard. One replaces your traditional gauge cluster, and the other is your infotainment hub. In 2017, this was science fiction in a showroom. Even now, it feels incredibly modern. The graphics are sharp, and the way they're housed in a single, seamless piece of glass is just premium. But a big screen is nothing without the brains to back it up. And that's where this interior truly shines. We're talking about the absolute game changer: available semi-autonomous driving. That's right. On the highway, this 7-year-old car can essentially drive itself. It steers, accelerates, and brakes automatically, keeping you centered in your lane. It's not just a simple lane keep assist, it's a comprehensive system that makes long road trips an absolute breeze. Now, let's talk about the part you physically feel: the materials. Slide inside, and you're greeted with rich, soft-touch leather, real open-pore wood, and satin finish metal switches. Everything you touch, from the weighty feel of the window switches to the precise click of the steering wheel buttons, screams quality. And then there's the ambient lighting, 64 colors to choose from. At night, it transforms the cabin into a 5-star lounge. But it's not all perfect. Let's talk about the first crack in the armor: the command infotainment system. While the screen is brilliant, the controller is a touchpad and dial combo that can feel a bit slow and clunky compared to the latest touchscreens from BMW or even newer Mercedes models. It's not a deal-breaker, but you feel its age. Under the hood, the most common engine is the turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder, putting out a very healthy 241 horsepower. It's not a tire-shredding monster, that's what the E63 is for. This is about refined, smooth power. It gets you up to speed effortlessly and quietly, exactly what you want in a luxury cruiser. The ride quality is where the E-Class truly earns its badge. It soaks up bumps and imperfections with a magic carpet-like composure, especially if you have the optional air suspension. So, you've got a stunning, tech-filled cabin and a cloud-like ride. It sounds almost perfect, right? But this is where we have to get real about the compromises. Because once you get past the initial wow factor, there are a few significant drawbacks you absolutely need to know about before you even think about buying one, and they might just change your entire perspective. So, we've established that this E-Class is a tech-filled sanctuary. But a car has to drive. And this is where we separate the hype from reality, and where this car delivers its biggest surprise. Get it out on a long, open highway, and it's in its absolute element. This is what it was built for. You engage the Distronic Plus system, and it's like magic. The car locks onto the lane, keeps a perfect distance from traffic ahead, and the world just becomes calm. The cabin is whisper quiet, the ride is unshakably smooth, and you arrive feeling more relaxed than when you left. In this scenario, it doesn't feel 7 years old. It feels more advanced than many brand new $40,000 cars. But take it on your favorite backroad, and the story completely flips. This is the turning point. You turn the wheel, and the response is soft. There's a noticeable delay between your input and the car actually changing direction. The body leans in corners, and you're always aware that this is a heavy machine built for comfort, not for carving canyons. The steering is light and numb, it gives you almost no feedback from the road, and that's the shocking revelation: the 2017 E-Class isn't one car, it's two. It's a staggering technological marvel on the highway that makes driving easier. But it's also a surprisingly disconnected and, frankly, dull companion on a fun road. It prioritizes isolating you from the journey over making you a part of it. So, after experiencing this Jekyll and Hyde personality, the big question isn't just about the specs anymore. The real question is, with these two completely different souls living inside one car, can you actually live with that compromise? Because the answer is about to dictate whether this is a brilliant used car buy, or a massive letdown. So, after all that, what's the final verdict on the 2017 Mercedes E-Class? Here it is: this is not a car for the enthusiastic driver. If you live for backroad carving and tactile feedback, you need to look at a BMW 5 Series from the same era. But, if you are a commuter, a road tripper, or simply someone who views driving as a task to be made more comfortable and serene, then the 2017 E-Class isn't just a good used car, it's a phenomenal one. It's a rolling sanctuary. The pros are massive: that jaw-dropping, timeless interior, the incredibly effective highway assist tech, and its cloud-like ride. The cons are real: the numb steering and dated infotainment controller, but for its target buyer, they are easy compromises to make. In today's US market, where a well-optioned new Camry can push $40,000, a clean, used E-Class for around $25,000 represents a staggering value for luxury and technology. It proves that you don't have to sacrifice a premium experience on a sensible budget. This car's legacy is its democratization of flagship technology. It brought the S-Class's most desirable features to the masses, a trend that has now defined the entire luxury segment. What do you think? Is the promise of a 7-year-old luxury cabin worth the potential trade-offs? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If this deep dive helped you, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more no-nonsense car reviews that help you find your perfect ride. Thanks for watching.